So in this video, we have a lot to talk about, from Chiefs rookie wide receiver Xavier all the way to Eagles running back Saquon Barkley, and even talking about possibly trading for Myles Garrett and much more. Kansas City Chiefs rookie wide receiver Xavier has become an impactful go-to player on offense this postseason and regular season. During last Thursday's press conference, he addressed his play and desire to prove doubters wrong all year. He said, quote, "Just my mentality. I go out there just trying to prove everybody wrong. I was coming into the season doubted. Everybody said he's not fit to be a big-time receiver. He's too small. He's injury-prone. I feel like I proved everybody wrong, and I'm going to continue to prove everybody wrong." And after an impressive season, Worthy holds the record for most touchdowns by a Chiefs rookie from scrimmage. He's credited his success to growing relationships with Patrick Mahomes and the team. During the AFC Championship victory over the Buffalo Bills, Worthy totaled 101 scrimmage yards with a team-high 6 catches for a game-high 85 receiving yards with 1 receiving touchdown and 2 carries for 16 rushing yards. So yeah, I mean, Xavier Worthy, like I've said, he reminds me so much of Rashee Rice's rookie season, and what he's done for this team, primarily in the playoffs and in the second half of the season, is phenomenal. Now, earlier in the week, during an episode of the Jim Rome Show, host Jim Rome spoke to the Buffalo Bills legend Andre Reed about the team's loss to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. And Andre Reed said, when you go into Kansas City, you got to beat a lot of people. You got to beat the team. You got to beat the fans. You got to beat the refs. You got to beat Taylor Swift. You got to beat everybody. So obviously, like many Bills fans, like every Bills fans, what am I saying? Reed was hoping for a win in the matchup, but instead, Kansas City is now 4-0 against the Buffalo Bills in the postseason games during the Josh Allen era. I mean, here's what I got to say. Quit whining. This is what I'm saying to Bills, Bengals, Raiders, all the fans out there. Quit whining, and to be the best, you simply got to beat the best. And the Chiefs right now are the best, and there's simply nothing no NFL team can do about it. It's not the refs. It's definitely not Taylor Swift, but it's Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Steve Spagnuolo, and many other great players and coaches on this Chiefs team. We won that game against Buffalo because of the defense and Steve Spagnuolo. So cornerback Trent McDuffie explained during his press conference on Thursday. He said, "Whenever Coach Spag calls a blitz, I'm usually pretty confident, especially late in games. He does it very well where you never know what side the blitz is coming from. I heard the lineman actually check the protection the other way, and right after that, I was like, we got them." McDuffie, who was named to his second consecutive AP All-Pro team this season, was one of the blitzers from the secondary that ended a promising Josh Allen drive. Trent McDuffie's obviously one of the best corners in the league. Maybe you say PS2 Pat Surtain with the Broncos is better. Maybe you say Sauce Gardner, but honestly, he's definitely top 3 in this league, and there's no doubt about it. The Chiefs hope to bring the success and confidence defensively in their Super Bowl LAX matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Chiefs are going for history in Super Bowl 59, as a win gives them the first ever three-peat in NFL history, but there's a chance for them to make another kind of history too, and it's not just the three-peat. This is the kind that would put them in the same group as 8 other teams in NFL history, including the 2020 Kansas City Chiefs. A win on Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles would mean that the Chiefs beat every team they played during the 2024 regular season and playoffs. No, obviously they didn't go undefeated, but the only 2 losses they'd have on their resume at that point would be against the Broncos and Bills, who the Chiefs beat at other points during the season. The Broncos in Week 10 and the Bills in the AFC Championship game just a week ago. Of course, this isn't something that really people care about or will talk about, but it is an interesting stat that only 8 other teams in NFL history can say that they've done this. Really quickly here, I do want to talk about possibly trading for Myles Garrett. Now, I'm not really going to entertain this too long because it's kind of nonsense, but let's not rule it out completely. He did request a trade from the Cleveland Browns, I believe it was yesterday, and I don't think there's a necessary. This isn't necessary, right? I mean, the Chiefs definitely could use some pass rush help for sure, but I think it's better to go in the free agency or more so the draft to get that help. I mean, we're pretty set right now with FAU and George Karlaftis, Mike Dana, and Charles Omenihu. It's not nothing awesome or crazy, but I think we're pretty set, and I mean, that's not even talking about the price we're going to have to pay Myles Garrett, and not to mention what we're going to have to give up to trade for Myles Garrett. I mean, you're talking, maybe 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, Chris Jones. I mean, the Browns are going to want something crazy, so I wouldn't be willing to trade up all that nonsense for Myles Garrett. He's a great player, don't get me wrong. He's probably the best pass rusher in the league. Maybe you say Nick Bosa's better, but Myles Garrett, great player. Wish him the best of luck wherever he goes, as long as it's not within our division. But the Chiefs simply, 1, don't got the money to pay the guy, and simply 2, I don't think they want to trade up all their stuff to get the guy. guy. I mean, 2 first-round picks, maybe Chris Jones. That's kind of what they'd probably have to give up for him, and Brett Veach is not going to be willing to do that. I already know that for a fact. The Chiefs are on a historic run since Patrick Mahomes became their quarterback. That's no doubt. But now the Philadelphia Eagles stand in the way of their next legacy-making achievement, which is that 3P that everybody doesn't want us to get, but we're about to get. While the Eagles have been one of the NFL's better teams for a few years, dating back to their first Super Bowl matchup with the Chiefs, the arrival of Saquon Barkley has taken their team to a whole nother level. And I mean a whole nother level. This is a different Eagles team than what it was 2 years ago. The Chiefs will need a complete team effort to win their 3rd straight Super Bowl, period. The offense has to move the ball and score touchdowns. The special teams units needs to make plays when it needs to make plays. Nico Remigio is going to have to be moving. He's going to have to be moving. The defense has to keep the Philly offense from going off. They have to. While quarterback Jalen Hurts and his top 3 targets of A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Dallas Goedert are certainly worthy of attention, for sure, it is Saquon Barkley and the Eagles' running game that has been driving the force for their team all season. With the exception of Patrick Mahomes, no other player in the Super Bowl has a greater ability to take over this game than Saquon Barkley. So there is no greater priority for the Chiefs, in my opinion, than stopping and getting a game plan for Saquon Barkley, the NFL's leading rusher. So I think Steve Spagnuolo really needs to have a plan, not only for Saquon Barkley, but for Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. So what do you think? Do you think we 3-peat? I think it's going to be difficult. It's never been done in NFL history. It's really hard. But then again, there is no better defensive coordinator than Steve Spagnuolo to come up with a plan to get the job done. So let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to read your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. And with that being said, like, share, subscribe. Peace.